Итак, тренажер к 11 уроку. Ваша задача очень проста. Вы должны перевести все предложения на английский язык, не говоря ни слова по-русски. Говорить по-русски запрещено. Даже шептать по-русски запрещено. Поехали!
1.
Which of you likes to cook in your family?
2.
Who gets anything in your family?
3.
Who in your family prepares any soups?
4.
At times you cook something for yourself, don't you?
5.
No, we make almost nothing for ourselves.
6.
No, we don't make almost anything for ourselves.
7.
Which of you doesn't like to get?
8.
My dad and I don't.
9.
We never get anything for ourselves.
10.
We don't ever get for ourselves.
11.
My brother and sister make no dishes for themselves at all.
12.
My brother and sister don't make any dishes for themselves at all.
13.
Does anybody get anything on holidays?
14.
Do you ever help to cook your mom anything on holidays?
15.
Yes, sometimes someone helps to get my mom on holidays.
16.
Does anybody like to prepare any meat most?
17.
We like to prepare no meat at all.
18.
We don't like to prepare any meat at all.
19.
Does anybody trust to cook you any meat?
20.
None ever trusts to cook me any meat at all.
21.
Nobody likes to make any beef, do they?
22.
Which of them gets beef dishes?
23.
Who adores roast beef?
24.
Does anybody roast any beef?
25.
Somebody roasts it, don't they?
26.
Do you ever cook any pork dishes?
27.
Nobody ever wants to prepare any pork dishes.
28.
Which of you likes to make any mutton dishes?
29.
Our family never gets almost any mutton dishes.
30.
Our family doesn't ever cook almost any mutton dishes.
31.
Somebody likes some veal steaks, don't they?
32.
Does your father grill any steaks anywhere himself?
33.
No, my dad doesn't grill any steaks anywhere.
34.
Somebody grills some steaks somewhere, don't they?
35.
Which of you has any grill in the garden?
36.
Nobody does.
37.
Do you grill anything else?
38.
Which of you grills any sausages anywhere?
39.
Nobody ever grills any sausages.
40.
Which of them makes these sausages at home?
41.
Somebody makes some sausages at home, don't they?
42.
Why does anybody make any sausages at home?
43.
Nobody wants to make any sausages at home.
44.
Everybody likes to buy them at some grocery store, don't they?
45.
Who likes to get toast himself of herself?
46.
Does anybody have any Kenwood toaster?
47.
We have some Bosch toaster.
48.
What brand is his toaster?
49.
Who doesn't eat any meat at all?
50.
My mom and sister never eat any meat.
51.
My mom and sister don't ever eat any meat at all.
52.
Which of them is a vegetarian?
53.
My mom and my sisters are.
54.
What do they eat?
55.
They eat something, don't they?
56.
Which of them likes any salads?
57.
Who makes any salads for them?
58.
They prepare these salads themselves, don't they?
59.
Normally their mom gets some salads in the morning.
60.
How exactly does their mom cook them?
61.
Somebody cooks some salads with hands, don't they?
62.
It takes much time for everyone, doesn't it?
63.
No, it takes little time for everybody.
64.
It takes little time for my parents.
65.
Who else does it take little time?
66.
You have some food processor, don't you?
67.
You cook something with some food processor, don't you?
68.
What What brand is your food processor?
69.
We have a brown food processor.
70.
Somebody else has some brown food processor, don't they?
71.
Somebody gets some salads for breakfast for himself or herself, don't they?
72.
Although no one of our family eats any salads for breakfast.
73.
Who in your family eats any salads for breakfast?
74.
Somebody in your family eats some salads for breakfast, don't they?
75.
Somebody in your family prefers some toast for breakfast, don't they?
76.
Who in your family likes any toast with jam?
77.
Which of us likes any toast with butter?
78.
Nobody ever wants any toast with butter, do they?
79.
Who makes any toast himself or herself?
80.
Although my family never gets anything itself.
81.
Although my family doesn't ever get anything itself.
82.
Does anybody make anything for you in the morning?
83.
Our parents cook something in the morning.
84.
Which of you prefers toast with eggs?
85.
What do you fry eggs with?
86.
Who fries any eggs with onion?
87.
Which of them fries bacon with eggs for you?
88.
Somebody ever boils some eggs for himself or herself, don't they?
89.
What eggs does your family prefer?
90.
Does anybody want soft-boiled eggs?
91.
My mom never likes to eat any soft-boiled eggs.
92.
Which of them eats hard-boiled eggs?
93.
Does anybody ever eat any raw eggs?
94.
Who else likes any raw eggs?
95.
My brother and I don't.
96.
Somebody ever makes some sandwiches for you, don't they?
97.
Which of them wants any cheese sandwiches?
98.
My sisters don't.
99.
Does anyone cook any sandwiches in a microwave oven?
100.
None ever makes any sandwiches in a microwave oven, do they?
101.
Someone wants some sausage sandwiches, don't they?
102.
His brothers eat no sausage sandwiches.
103.
His brothers don't eat any sausage sandwiches.
104.
Somebody ever cooks some fish sandwiches, don't they?
105.
Which of you wants to get any tuna sandwiches?
106.
Who in your family likes to make any salmon sandwiches?
107.
Who prepares any trout sandwiches?
108.
Do you ever use any smoked fish for any sandwiches?
109.
We never use any salted fish for any sandwiches.
110.
Does anyone add any salted fish to any sandwiches?
111.
Who in your family eats any dried fish with beer?
112.
My parents don't.
113.
Which of you drinks any fruit juices?
114.
My brothers, my mom and I do.
115.
Although my sisters like no juices.
116.
Although my sisters don't like any juices.
117.
Somebody likes some grapefruit juice.
118.
Does anybody like any orange juice?
119.
Someone of your family buys some juices at some grocery store, don't they?
The 120.
Does anyone buy any juices at any grocery store?
121.
No, my mom doesn't buy any juices at any grocery store.
122.
Somebody has some special citrus juicer.
123.
My parents have no special citrus juicer.
124.
Someone drinks something for breakfast.
125.
What drinks do your parents prefer for breakfast?
126.
Normally they drink some cups of coffee in the morning.
127.
Which of them prefers tea to coffee?
128.
Does anyone want any milk instead of tea?
129.
Who in your family usually drinks tea with sugar?
130.
My brothers and I do.
131.
Does anybody prefer bitter coffee without sugar to sweet tea?
132.
What does your dad prefer to drink in the morning?
133.
Does anyone ever drink any milk cocktails?
134.
Her parents never drink any milk cocktails.
135.
Someone ever drinks some milk cocktails.
136.
Does anybody want a cocktail with milk, banana, and sugar?
137.
Who wants to add anything to this cocktail?
138.
At times we add some ice cream to this cocktail.
139.
Do you usually dine at home?
140.
Does anybody dine at home?
141.
My mom always dines at home.
142.
Does your father dines at his factory?
143.
Don't you dine at home either?
144.
Where'd you generally dine?
145.
Someone dines in some university hall, don't they?
146.
None of students dines at home at all.
147.
Somebody dines in some school canteen, don't they?
148.
What you generally eat at the school for lunch?
149.
Someone eats some porridge for lunch, don't they?
150.
Somebody gives you some buns with milk at the school, don't they?
151.
Who drinks any yogurt instead of milk?
152.
Do you often eat any fresh vegetables at the school?
153.
They often give you some salad of fresh cabbage, don't they?
154.
All vegetables are very useful.
155.
Do they have many vitamins?
156.
Which of them gives you any fried potatoes?
157.
They give you something instead of potatoes, don't they?
158.
Does anybody give you any beans instead of potatoes?
159.
Somebody sometimes gives you some salad of fresh tomatoes and cucumbers.
160.
Someone ever gives you some fast food at the school, don't they?
161.
Is it very harmful?
162.
Does anybody adore chips?
163.
Who makes any chicken soup for the first course?
164.
Which of them makes any cheese soup for you?
165.
Does your mom make any dishes in the oven?
166.
Does she ever get anything in the oven?
167.
What does she cook in the oven?
168.
My mom almost never makes anything in the oven.
169.
Basically, my mom prepares something on the stove.
170.
Everybody cooks on some gas stove at home, don't they?
171.
Who gets anything on any gas stoves at home?
172.
None cooks on gas stoves at home, do they?
173.
Does everyone make on any electric stoves?
174.
Somebody roasts some meat with potatoes for the second course.
175.
Does anybody use any mayonnaise for this dish?
176.
Which of you likes this dish with mustard?
177.
Who in your family eats this dish with ketchup?
178.
What else do you use as a condiment?
179.
Somebody prepares some special sauce for you, don't they?
180.
What's it like?
181.
Is it like mayonnaise?
182.
Who has any microwave in the kitchen?
183.
Yeah, everybody does.
184.
Someone cooks something in some microwave, don't they?
185.
Who warms any food in any microwave?
186.
We all do.
187.
What you generally eat as the third course?
188.
Who has any dish for dessert?
189.
Does anyone prepare anything for dessert?
190.
You get some rice pudding for yourselves, don't you?
191.
Who in their family likes this dish?
192.
Everyone does.
193.
Your mom bakes some cheesecake for you, doesn't she?
194.
You eat something for 5 o'clock tea, don't you?
195.
Somebody has this tradition, don't they?
196.
Who eats any cookies for 5 o'clock tea?
197.
We all eat cookies and drink tea for 5 o'clock tea.
198.
What you eat for dinner?
199.
Someone prepares some beefsteaks for you, don't they?
200.
Which of you makes anything as a side dish? 201. Do you ever get corn as a side dish? 202. Who in your family likes to drink a glass of wine before dinner? 203. Does anybody drink tea with anything sweet after dinner? 204. No one drinks anything sweet after dinner, do they? 205. Somebody ever buys something in supermarkets, don't they? 206. None ever buys anything in supermarkets. 207. Who gets anything for holidays? 208. Which of you cooks anything for Christmas? 209. Who in your family prepares any turkey for Christmas? 210. Does anybody cook anything for Easter? 211. Who paints eggs for Easter? 212. Is Easter a funny holiday? 213. Somebody has many guests at Easter, don't they? 214. Is a rabbit a symbol of Easter in England? 215. Who buys any chocolate rabbits for Easter? 216. Which of them cooks any smoked ham for Easter? 217. Who in your family washes the dishes? 218. Which of you washes them with hands? 219. Somebody washes some dishes with hands, don't they? 220. Does everyone have a dishwasher at home?